Hey YouTube, welcome to another video from SkinnyMedic. I had a friend of mine ask me the difference between a single action and double action pistol. So I feel like that's probably a question a lot of you guys have, is the difference between a single action and double action pistol. So I've got Lou here. Lou's going to explain to you guys the difference between the two.
Hey guys, Lou here again. Today, as SkinnyMedic was telling you, we're going to be talking about the difference between a double action and a single action trigger pull. Now I know the majority of you watching this video might already know the differences between that, but some of the people that are not, this is more so I guess for like your handgun noobs, for quote unquote. So, double action and single action. This right here is a Smith & Wesson revolver. This handgun right here is double action and single action. Now let's start at double action. Well, double means two, obviously. So the trigger in double action mode, it does two different things. The first thing it does, now obviously we're at a handgun range. This weapon has been safety checked and we are pointing the weapon down range when we dry fire it. So double action does two things, as I said. The first action is it cocks the hammer, and the second action, it drops the hammer. So we're going to do that again just a little bit slower so you could check it out. The first action, the hammer's getting cocked. Second action, it fires the firearm. Now, double action is, your trigger pull on this is going to be kind of significant. And again, the reason for that is because you're doing two actions. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a few shots with this firearm in double action only. Load up our shells. And I'll try to do this slow for you so you can kind of get a basics and more of a feel for what's actually going on. Double action only, guys. Okay, as you can see, the trigger pull was on that one was a little bit heavy. So the beautiest things about a double and single action is you get the best of both worlds. So now we're going to take a few shots in single action only. So what single action only means is it only does one single action. So our firearm has been safety checked. We're going to do a single action. A single action is the hammer's already cocked back, so the trigger only does one action, drops the hammer. And as you could see the difference, I mean, you're barely even touching this, and the firearm's dropping. So we'll go both, double and single. So let's take a few shots in single action. One of the benefits with the single action trigger pulls, again, it's so slight, so you could really get some phenomenal accuracy out of it, especially something in a revolver. So I hope you guys learned something today with the differences between double and single action, but we're not finished yet because this was just a revolver. So guys, we talked about the differences between a double and single action revolver and sort of the pluses and negatives of each. So now we're going to go off to the semi-automatic pistol. This is a Beretta 92A1. This pistol goes from double to single action. So as we said in the, with the revolver, we'll just safety check this weapon. We are shooting it down in a private range. As we said with the revolver, the double action does two moves, but on the pistol, cocks the hammer and fires it. But the difference is with this firearm, because it goes from double to single, what's going to happen is when we fire that round out, the slide is going to recoil, put another round in a chamber. Now we're only in single action. So if you're ever looking at a firearm or you're a new handgun buyer and it says double to single, that's what that means. So again, with the single action, since we're in single now, all the trigger's going to do is just drop the hammer. Again, we'll start it in double, fire the weapon, Handgun's going to recoil. Now the following shots are going to be in single. Alright guys, so we're going to take a few shots with the double to single action Beretta. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the safety down, because with this gun, once you cock the weapon and there's a round in the chamber, the firearm's going to be in single action. So let's drop the hammer and we'll start off in double action first, and then you'll see that the firearm will go from double to single. And we're out. So YouTube, I hope you guys learned something from this. I know this was kind of just like an impromptu video. I hope you guys learned something and enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.